This is Violet Jessop, and she has been called the unluckiest woman who ever lived. Violet was born in 1887. She was born in Argentina. She was the daughter of Irish immigrant parents. And when she was growing up, the whole family was sick with tuberculosis. Her dad died of it, several younger siblings died of it. She had it and very, very nearly died of it, but she didn't. She pulls through and she decides that what she wants to do is train as a stewardess aboard ocean liners. Good career, good thinking, Violet. So in 1911, she gets a job as a stewardess aboard the HMS Olympic, which was owned by the White Star Line. This one, and it was the largest civilian ship in the world at the time. And she was working on board this ship when it left Southampton on the 20th of September 1911 and promptly collided with the HMS Hawke. Now, there weren't any fatalities, and despite the damage, the ship was able to get back to port. And Violet continued working aboard the Olympic until 1912, when she was transferred to its sister ship, the Titanic. She was 24 years old when she was working aboard the Titanic, and she would later describe how when that ship hit the iceberg and it was going down, she was trying really hard to get other people into the lifeboats, but eventually she was ordered into the lifeboat. And there's a story about how somebody gave her a baby to hold, but she didn't know whose baby it was. She said the next day when she was aboard the Carpathia, the ship that had turned up to rescue the survivors, a woman came up to her and grabbed this baby out of her hands and ran away crying, and she always just assumed that that was the mother. And eventually Violet is sent back to Southampton. And then the First World War breaks out and Violet trains as a nurse. And she gets a job working with the British Red Cross aboard this ship, the HMHS Britannic, which was the younger sister ship of the Olympic and the Titanic. And it had been converted into a hospital ship. On the 21st of November 1916, the Britannic collided with a German mine. It sank within an hour and it killed 30 people of the 1,000 people on board. And this is the one that nearly took her out, because as the thing was sinking, its propellers was shredding all of the lifeboats, and it got Violet's lifeboat and she had to jump overboard, resulting in a really serious head injury that almost killed her. And despite all of that, when she got better, Violet went back to work for the White Star Line. She even married a guy who worked for the White Star Line. She stayed there for another 40 years or so. Mercifully, no more ships sank. She retired to Bury St Edmunds in England, and she said that when she was much older, she received a strange phone call in the middle of the night. Somebody saying, "I was the baby you saved aboard the Titanic." Her friends said, "Oh, it's probably just some people playing a joke," but she swore down she'd never told anybody but them that story before. She died of heart failure in 1971, but years after her death, her unpublished memoirs were found, and they were published in the 90s, and you can go and buy them now. And that's the story of Violet Jessop, the unluckiest woman who's ever lived.